Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to my channel. Before we start, I would like to ask you to join my Patreon page. I do post everything there. Every tutorial is on Patreon, and a little post about upcoming features in the new versions of the script. And I think it will be easier to communicate on Patreon. If you have any questions or comments or feedback or anything that needs attention, today I'm gonna show you how to utilize the select region on your images and how powerful this tool actually is. The first example will be M13. As you can see, the core is bright, and we can utilize the select region now to make it a bit less bright. We can enable luminosity mask. It applies these options immediately. And let's select the region, press select region. I will press Alt to have a perfect circle. Just do this with a click on the mouse. And let's select this. Okay, I'm like this. Let's zoom in. Okay, let's see the mask. Okay, let's feather it a bit. I will hide the ants so they do not distract. Let's feather it some more. Okay, so now we have a selection on the core of the globular cluster. Nothing else is selected. We are just making refinements on this part via luminosity mask. I can make it white, so we are now having just regular white mask, and I can have it via luminosity mask. We will try both so you can see the difference. Okay, let me remove show mask. Now we see the image, and let's bring down the highlights. Let's see. I will close this. Show preview. We already see before, after, before, after. So the power of this tool is we are now just selecting this part. We are not applying this slider onto the whole image. We are just applying it where we want to. So that's great, right? So let me push it even more to see what happens. Before, after, before, after. Let me raise the highlight recovery a bit, and now it's a bit sharper, but you see where I'm going with this. M13 has a bright core, so when you stretch it, it tends to leave a very bright pixels in the core, so you cannot see the stars in it. So this tool can help you minimize the brightness and show the stars in the core, especially when you have a larger scope that can resolve more stars in the cluster. So before, after, before, after. You know I like subtle changes, so this is very subtle change, and the effect is seen immediately, as you can see. Perfecto mundo. Now I've removed the selection, but I left the sliders. So you can see now the effect is on the whole image. The whole image is now the mask. Everything white is the mask. And now we are affecting the stars also. Let me zoom in. So this particular set of slides now affects this star, and we can see before, after. You can see the core of the star is affected, and it's lower down. So we don't want that. We want to affect the region that we want to affect, not the whole image. So that's another thing that this tool does, and it's great. So now if we apply just a white mask, let me hide the ends first. Let me show the mask. You can see the white mask. It does the effect the same, but it's a bit stronger because we are masking the whole white mask, and you can see it's not subtle anymore, it's very stronger. We're getting rid of this glow, but we want to actually leave some of it. So let me now try to remove the white mask. It will refresh with the regular mask. Here we go. Did you see it? So that's why luminosity masks are a little preciser than the regular white mask. That's why I do love them very much, and I hug them every day before sleep. Let's see the ends. We can now apply it to end this session, and we can see the before after. Zoom in. Before, after. Before, after. Maybe it's a bit strong, but you get the idea. The next target is a crystal ball nebula, also known as NGC 1514. As you can see, it's very bright and the surrounding area is very dark. It has some dark nebulosity or integrated flux nebula. So when you stretch it, it tends to overbrighten, and it has a texture inside it, and it's very nice. But it's hard to bring out the texture when you stretch it. So we can use, of course, selected region or select region. Just click on the enable luminosity mask first and select the region. I will press Alt, so make a circle, and we can go this far. We will use, of course, feathering. Always feather the selection. Let me show you why. Show mask. This is feather, and without feather you have sharp edges, and that is something you don't want on your image. Let me show you why. So if we do brightness correction, you will see these edges, and when we apply the feather, it will remove those edges because of the feathering. Now, let me see the ends. Okay, let me see the mask. Okay, it's very bright. And now we can test our sliders with highlights. Lower down the highlights. Okay, and we can boost up the highlight recovery. We can move some clarity. We can do some dehaze, and you already see how the texture is coming out of the nebula. Let's see. Oops, I don't want to protect. I accidentally moved this to protect instead of target. Let's see the before after. Now you see the effect. This is very strong effect, but you can see the difference and what you can do with this tool, because we did actually manage to refine only this nebula without touching any of the image surrounding it. We can also make some vibrance boost, and it's beautiful. Look at it, magnificent. Now we can apply it and see the before after. Of course, I did a little bit more than I need to, but I did it so you can see the effect of the select region and what you can do with the sliders after you select that region. Pretty good, buddy. Pretty good. Let's move on. Messier 57, or as we call it, the Ring Nebula. Also very bright, and when you tend to brighten up the background, especially if you want to see this galaxy beside it, you will end up with this bright nebula when you stretch it. So let's try and tone it down with, you named it, select region. Let's select the region. Now this is not in a circle shape, so I will create an ellipse like this, and now we can rotate it like that. Okay, let me make it a bit fatter, and maybe like so. The edges are darker in this alpha region. We want to affect this thing only, so we will have some more feathering, but let me select it first. Okay, let's say this is okay. Let me see the mask first. Show mask. Let's feather. Okay, now you see what I want. I want just this region, and the feather will help me feather out the alpha regions on the edges of the nebula. Okay, let's say this is good. And now we have a selection, my friends. Now we can use the sliders to tone it down to have an effect that we want. First, highlights. Maybe I can do some exposure. So now you play with sliders. Sometimes the exposure will be right for the job, sometimes brightness, sometimes highlights. You don't know if you don't try it. Let me pull some clarity. It's maybe too aggressive. I will lower down the pixel size to 5. A bit of vibrance boost. Now let me see the before after. What do we have for now? Maybe it's too dark now. We want to see the texture, right? Okay, let's dehaze it a bit. Before, after. Let me zoom out a bit. Before, after. Before, after. We can even boost the saturation even more to see that oxygen. Okay, not bad. Sometimes you have to play with the sliders because you don't know which slider will have a better effect. Let's say I want some textures here. maybe the textures is a better slider than clarity. So you can try both of them. Now we have a bit of over sharpened nebula. We see the structures, but if you like that, you can leave it. I will just adjust it a tiny bit. Let's see if we improve some vibrance even more. So the great thing is now that we are applying everything just on that mask itself. We are not applying it anywhere else. So that's why I love this select region, because you can utilize it anywhere on your image. You can select it, you can select anything small or big and do your refinements and not affecting anything else on the image. So I already shown how it works on the Galaxy in the version 1.3 introduction video or update video, so you can take a look. Now we can apply the effect. Just press apply, and this is in real time. Okay, before, after, before, after. You can even see this star here that we didn't see before. Okay, I can see it before. But you can now see it better. And we can see some texture. So you can now see the power of the select region and the power of the script that can do this stuff on your image. So enjoy it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider subscribing, because it helps the channel and it helps me create these kinds of tutorials even more. See you next time. Bye bye.